Cancer. Hello, this video is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your reading for the week of February 21st through the 27th. If you would like a personal reading, tarot, or astrology from me, those links are in the description box below. If this reading resonates with you, drop me a comment and tell me your story. Let's see what's going on with you, Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, working through some sadness here. I mean, for sure, with the Five of Cups next to the Strength card, we're working through a loss, something that happened for you that was very, very difficult. I saw that your focus was really on what you lost, and you were not looking at what you still had. Your pain was so consuming that it was all you could be in, you know? But then we have Strength next to it. So I know that the feelings were very strong, but your heart was stronger. We have Leo energy coming in here with the Strength card. So you may be dealing with a Leo sun or having Leo placements in their chart. But even if that is not the case for you, this is talking about how you had the inner fortitude to pull yourself out of how you were feeling, what you were going through, and not just being completely devastated forever, you know? So there is a healing process that has been taking place, but it is not complete, Cancer. I'm going to be real with you. It is not complete because in the middle of this, I have the Five of Coins. I think that there's a part of you that is still asking for validation from somebody, that is still asking for their attention, and you feel like you have been pushed out or disregarded by somebody. You may have been blocked or ignored by somebody. And so you've gotten to this point with the Six of Swords, which I affectionately call the fuck this shit card. You've decided, I'm moving away from this. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I can't invest anything else in it. It's not really a card of making peace with it or healing from it. It's a card of disengaging. I'm checking out. I don't want to do this anymore. But you cannot run from this problem because you're still going to hang on to something. The Four of Coins next to this is saying you have not let go of that feeling, and it is mirroring, when I'm laying my cards down here, it is mirroring this Five of Cups. So I know that you're still holding on to that pain. So you can't just say, I'm checking out, or I'm disengaging, or I'm ignoring that person back, or whatever it is, and think that that's solving a problem, because it's not. It's sticking your head in the sand and hoping that the problem will go away. So let's do some clarification on this, Cancer. Okay, for the Five of Cups, we're clarifying that with the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card where you waited for a long time for something to pay off. You invested for a long time. You sat there and waited and waited and waited for it. And I think there was a major disappointment for you because you really had your hopes set for something. And it just didn't, you know, and you put so much energy into it. You put so much time into it. Okay, the Page of Wands clarifying the Strength card. I think that you realize that you can't stay in this place emotionally forever. You know, a lot of times when we are upset about something, we need that time to wallow, so to speak. You know, we need that time to grieve. And I think that you do realize that there's another path for you. There's another journey for you. But I'm not sure that you're really ready to go down it, okay? You're kind of having this moment with yourself where you're saying, I know this is what I should do, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. All right, clarifying the Five of Coins is the Star, Aquarius energy. So I do love the fact that one of the most difficult cards in this spread, where you're still feeling disregarded by somebody, unseen by somebody, is clarified by a card about healing and hope for the future. So I know that you have not lost that. I know that you still are seeking out your better good. You are still seeking your healing through this intense emotional situation. You haven't given up on it, but I feel that you just decided to take a break from it. That's really what it is. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Four of Swords. So there's not a lot of action happening. There's not a lot of actual work being done. It's more of a like turning down the volume on your feelings and just kind of hiding from it, because that's what feels easiest. But you haven't, like I said, you haven't let it go. It's not really over for you. Okay, let's clarify that Four of Coins, and then we'll take a look at what your person's dealing with. Okay, the Hanged Man. So very, very like stop, stagnant energy cards together. You know, the Four of Coins, I'm still holding on to this hurt, still holding on to what you did to me. I sure as hell haven't forgiven you. And then we have the Hanged Man. It's saying, first of all, you are getting stuck in this. Second of all, it's not going to do you any good to hold on to that pain if you're not going to make an action to move past it. The Hanged Man is encouraging you to see a different perspective, and it's also telling you not to play the victim. And nobody wants to hear that, because everybody's like, I am the fucking victim. Do you know what they did to me? You have no idea. I get people telling me all the time, let me tell you what they did to me. And they list off all of these grievances as if it happened in a vacuum, and they are blameless in life entirely, and that the other person inflicted all of this on them. Now, I'm not saying those things don't happen, but that doesn't mean that we become a victim. The only person who can turn us into a victim is ourselves. So this is telling you that by holding on to that, you are turning yourself into a victim, and you need to flip your perspective around so that you can get that healing that the star promises you, and you can move past this. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is going on with your person. All right, show me Cancer's person. Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of times people think there's one particular, when I say your person, they're like, yeah, okay, I know who that is. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes it is not the person that you think the reading is for. And so I want you to think carefully about, are these energies reversed in my case? Am I coming out more in this position? Or could this be somebody that I'm not thinking that it is? You know, a situation, a person that I'm not realizing. Okay, so we have the Judgment card, the Page of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, judgment is when you reflect on something, you know, when you're really taking the time to reflect on it and think about how you're going to revive it in your life, but you are examining it for what its worth is, with the possibility of knowing, do I discard this or do I bring it back into my life? Where does this fit in my life? It's next to the Page of Wands, talking about a new direction that your person is going in after all of the reflection. They're thinking, okay, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to go. I've got it, right? You have this card in your spread as well. But then next to that, we have the Eight of Swords. So they do feel very trapped. They're very in their head about it. And it's a lot of self-inflicted anxiety, because they're stressed out over something that really is not a bad thing. It's not something for them to sit there and stress and freak out about and feel like they're trapped in it. And you know what I think they're actually trapped by, what they feel most trapped by, is this happy, beautiful picture right here. The Ten of Cups and the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. This is a beautiful picture right here of marriage and long-term commitment and happily ever after, making promises, living together, all of those things. Emotional fulfillment. This is that little happy picture, okay? This is what they're fucking afraid of. They're afraid to put down those promises and really have to live up to them. So your person's got a bit of a commitment phobe, right? A little bit of a commitment phobe here, or afraid of like going through on their promises. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Okay, I have the Chariot. There's your energy clarifying the Judgment card. That tells me two things. First of all, that they're thinking about you. Their reflection, the judgments that they're casting, so to speak, you know, what they're examining is everything having to do with you. And the Chariot is also about moving forward. Page of Wands is as well. So they're sitting there thinking about moving forward with you. How do they move forward with you? Should they move forward with you? The Eight of Pentacles is clarifying the Page of Wands. There could possibly be a work situation or a financial situation that is part of the story here. It could be a helpful thing between the two of you, or it could be an obstacle. But there's some type of work thing or obligation, external circumstance that is also part of the picture here. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups. So if it were not for the fact that they were so scared shitless of this happily ever after and this commitment, they would be telling you, they'd be tripping all over themselves to tell you how they feel about you, to give you the offers of love, to tell you what's on their heart, to open up to you. The Page of Cups is a messenger card, and the message is always about love. It's always an offering of their heart. And so this person would offer their heart, but they don't know how to do that, because once they do it, it's like this catch-22. Then they're going to feel trapped. Then they're going to feel stuck. Then they're going to feel like you have some power over them. Whatever it is, whatever that means for them, you know, however that fits for them. But the Ten of Cups, let's clarify that next. And then the Hierophant. I think they also may have some feelings about what they're supposed to do, their obligations. Some people feel very obligated by the pressures that society and family can put on them to do certain things at certain times. So that may be part of the issue with your person, possibly. The Seven of Swords is clarifying the Ten of Cups. That's an interesting one, because this is a card about being shady. It's a card about lying, cheating, thieving, stealing, messing around, all of that stuff. It's a very selfish kind of card. And so it may be that part of their problem is that they are either afraid of being, duped. They're afraid of being, misled. That could be part of it. It can also be that they're afraid of themselves and afraid of what that kind of commitment's going to be. Is it because, you know what, those commitments are restraining to people. Marriage and family and commitment and monogamy and all of those things, they do have boundaries. And a lot of people don't do very well with having those boundaries, and it takes a lot for them to open up to that. So that may be part of what their issue is, okay? And then also the Four of Coins is clarifying the Hierophant. This is them holding back. They're holding back from making any of those promises that they don't know if they can keep or that will be kept. So your person has a conflict here, a very classic conflict with commitment. So let's pull a song card, and that's going to be a, like when you hit the shuffle on your playlist and the next song has an answer. It works like that, but you can't make fun of my music, okay? That's the deal. So let's see what song card we get for you. Okay, we've got Hello by Adele. I love that one. I love Adele. If you don't like Adele, something wrong. Something wrong. Who didn't like Adele? All right, let's pull a Monology card, and then we'll take a quick peek into guidance, suggestions for what's to come with your person, okay? All right, guidance from Monology deck. Okay, a win-win outcome is forecast. Huh, what do you know? A win-win outcome. Okay, let's see. Let's see about that. Let's pull some cards for what Cancer needs to know about this connection. Okay, we've got Eight of Cups, King of Coins, the Sun, and the Hermit. You may have had to walk away from this before. You may have been forced to do that because you had to look out for yourself. You had to take care of your own interests, and that's understandable, but it was still difficult for you. In order to take your power back, you had to leave something behind that meant a lot to you. But in the future, I do feel that there's going to be some introspection that's going to take place on both your side and your partner's side, because guess what? It takes two to tango, and it takes two to create any issues. So there are issues on both sides that I think that you are going to reflect upon. I do want to say in this spread that there is a lot of earth sign energy, particularly Virgo, and then we have the sun at the end. So the sun is a win-win forecast, okay? The sun is a happily ever after. It is abundance. It is harmony. It's joy. So you are going to get the moment of relief and freedom within your life, the being able to breathe out and feeling better. But you have to actually deal with the situation first, okay? Thank you for watching, Cancer. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you again next week.